California by way of Kansas. Ranked number 5 in the world by the WBC, vicious Victor Ortiz. From Winter Haven, Florida, ladies and gentlemen, the reigning, defending, undefeated WBC welterweight champion of the world, Berto.
What up, everyone? You guys voted and we got Victor Ortiz versus Andre Berto 1 for my fight breakdown. If you guys haven't watched this fight, this is 2011's fight of the year, and you guys are going to find out exactly why it was such a great fight. I really like this fight. I enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys enjoy my fight breakdown. So let's hop in. As always, guys, make sure you score along with me. Even though we know who won, it's not controversial. It's just that's how I am. I always like to score fights however it is and give you my thoughts and everything. So score along with me, guys, and let's hop right into the video and enjoy the fight. Round number 1, Victor Ortiz coming out strong. You can see he's going his way, moving as southpaw. He wants to move to his right. Berto needs to start trying to work his left hook and even slide that right hand, get Ortiz away from standing, moving to his right, because this is advantage. By Ortiz moving constantly to his right, he's getting Berto at an angle where he can't punch, and he's taking that left hand away from Berto. So I like how aggressive Ortiz is coming out first. Even though he's not landing a lot, he's just being assertive, putting that jab. And you can see Berto's looking for that right hand straight down. It'll be easier if he keeps his left foot on the outside. It'll be a lot easier for him to land that straight right hand. Good right hand from Berto right there. He should start trying to use that left uppercut to lift Ortiz up. Since he's catching Ortiz while he's down, lift him up with uppercut where he can shoot another right hand. But Berto can't be going to his right. That's where he does not want to go. Because the southpaw moving to his right makes it harder to land that right hand, that straight right hand for Berto. Good knockdown. I believe that was on the side of the head. Technically, okay. I thought it was a knockdown because I was going to say he could have been considered a knockdown. But you can see that Ortiz is coming out aggressive. And that's what I think Ortiz is doing good, coming out aggressive, putting the pressure right away on Berto, because Berto likes to sit back, counter, and get in the rhythm. Good right hand inside from Berto. Ooh, good exchange from both guys. Berto, you can see, is hurt. Good uppercuts, good use of uppercuts from Ortiz. Very good. And this is why I think it was a good idea for Ortiz to come out aggressive. Don't let Berto get in that rhythm. But I don't think Ortiz should have rushed in. I think he should have jabbed first to see how Berto was going to react and then counter. And I think he should be working the body and uppercuts. Berto needs to use his feet, move around, and hold. Kill the clock, get his legs. Good right hand. Ortiz can't get reckless. I think Ortiz should be attacking the body, uppercuts, but mostly jabs. He should be trying to jab. He shouldn't be just trying to swing away, because he leaves his chin in the air, and he did get tagged with a right hand earlier because he was just swinging away. And Berto has power too, especially that right uppercut. Berto's best punch is right uppercut. You don't want have your chin in the air and get caught with an uppercut, or even that straight right hand. Good. I think Ortiz should be trying to work his jab more, but that was a good round for Ortiz. I give that 10-8 for Ortiz. Ortiz did good coming out, starting a fast pace. Even though his jabs weren't landing, he just kept, popping that jab, and guess what? It forced Berto to move to his left, and, keeping Berto off balance, because like I said, Berto likes to sit back, relax, pace himself, throw counters, and then move, hit, and take a step back. Like when he moves, he takes a step back or a step to the side, and then resets and gets himself back in position. So by Ortiz jumping on him right away, that was very good. The first where they ruled it a slip, I thought it was a knockdown for a second, because it landed somewhere right here. You can get away. as long as it's not like back here in the back of the head, like here, you know, you can't get away with it, but the referee ruled it was a slip. But then Ortiz jumped on him. They exchanged, right, Berto threw a right hand and Ortiz threw jab slash hook, more like kind of like that, but it was a power, like he turned his body into it, and you can see that's what hurt Berto. He started lifting him up with uppercuts. So if I was in and that's what gave him the 10-8 round. If I was in Ortiz corner, I would tell him, like, listen, that's good, we knocked him down, you jumped on him early, you got him uncomfortable, keep the pressure going, but here's the thing, don't get reckless, don't try to swing and go for the knockout kill right away. I would say keep that chin down and stick behind some power jabs, and then let your hands go. And I would say the moment he ducks, if you notice Berto, he's ducking to his right, I would say jab, lift him up with a left uppercut, lift him up, and then finish him with another right hook. Lift him up like that, but don't just going for the kill right away, because we don't want to get caught with no shots, because Berto does hit hard, so you don't want to get caught with nothing crazy. If I was in Berto's corner, I'd be like, all right, shake it off, how you feeling? I'll ask him, and then based on how it tells me, I'll tell him, if you're feeling good, all right, this is what we're going to do. Listen, he's jabbing you, even though it's not landing, he's still pushing you to your right, and he's making it hard to land that right hand. I'll be like, go with your jab and step with him. Even if he doesn't, so let's say their jabs are hitting like this, as long as Ortiz doesn't get around like this, that's fine. And shoot that right hand. Keep him like in front of you, but ideally you want Ortiz moving this way, so it makes it easier where he runs into that right hand. By Ortiz moving this way, see, he's missing that right hand. I would tell him, work that jab, even hook off of it. Force Ortiz to come back here, land that right hand. I would also say, don't let him just keep turning you. Keep check hooking, and then feint him, because you just see he's waiting for you, and then or not waiting, but he's coming out hard jab every time. So feint. See, when he does that, then slip to the left, shoot that right hand, come back with a hook. Don't just sit there and let him just keep popping you with the jab, or even if it doesn't land, like forcing you here, you get back and get your foot on the outside. But that's what I would tell him. But let's hop in round number 2 and see how that goes. Round number 2. You can see Berto's letting Ortiz go his way, and that's what he doesn't want. See, he's going to put, by Ortiz going his way, he's putting Berto at an uncomfortable position where he makes it hard for him to land those straight right hands. Berto should be working that left hand, but moving to his left, not to his right. Ortiz is doing right, even if he doesn't jab, even if Ortiz is not jabbing, by him just moving, stepping to the right, he's putting himself at a better advantage where he can shoot that straight left hand. But he shouldn't be reaching. That's what I'm saying. He needs to work that jab, and if he doesn't land the first jab, he should step in behind the second jab so he can shoot that straight left hand. You can see Ortiz is thinking too much good left hand to the body. He's thinking too much power shots, like he's trying to hurt him with 1 or 2 shots. He should think, go back to boxing, work the jab to set up those big power shots. You can see Berto's waiting. He's looking to time him and counter him. And I think when Ortiz just comes in with his hands up, not moving his head or just walking straight in, Berto should pop him with a quick right hand, left hook. That was a good combo. Kind of like that. A quick combo and then step out of range. But Berto has to be going to the left, not to the right. And I think Ortiz, when they get in close, he should be trying to work the uppercuts. Especially like little shots like that. Make it uncomfortable for Berto. Because Berto wants to keep it a boxing match. Don't let him get time to think and relax. That was good. Keeping the combinations just like that. Good left hand. Berto should be trying to, like, when he's slipping and rolling, he should be trying to counter it. Especially using that right uppercut, because he has a good one. I would say slip it into the body. But Berto definitely doesn't want to be on the ropes. This is where he got in trouble, with staying on the ropes. He needs to be in the center of the ring, moving around, not laying on his back against the ropes. Good hook from Ortiz. And that Berto, he should have slid out and get back to the middle of the ring. The moment he sees some space, that's where he could have slid to the right, and then, you know, got back in the middle of the ring and then try to come around. To see how easy it was for Ortiz to land. Ooh, good right hand. Just as I was saying, you see how easy it was for Ortiz to land that left hand because Berto was sliding to his right? That was a good counter. I would like to see the replay. So I think Berto should be trying to hit that right hand go a little bit more, but follow it with a hook. A right hand and a hook. Take advantage to see how hurt was Ortiz from that. Was it a flash knockdown, or was it like a knockdown that actually stunned him? So this is where it gets interesting, because normally you score around 10-8. But depending if you feel like the fighter won, let's just say Ortiz to me was winning that round, but then he got knocked down. Normally, this is where you can swing. You can go 10-8 Berto or 10-9 Berto. And I say 10-9 because usually sometimes when a fighter gets knocked down, if he wins the round, it's a 10-9 for the other guy. And I'm going to score it 10-8. The reason I don't score it 10-9, hold on, let me go 10-8 Berto. Because normally for you to give a 10-9 to a fighter is you have to kind of dominate in the sense. Yeah, even though you got knocked down, you have to dominate the fight. And I think Ortiz was winning, but it wasn't in a dominant fashion. Like, he was winning the round, getting exchanged, but he wasn't landing a lot of clean hard shots. Don't get me wrong, he was landing good hard shots, catching Berto, but it wasn't nothing like the first round, how he was catching him off guard, how he dropped him, how he was hurting him, how he stunned him. You see what I'm saying? So I didn't feel like it was a dominant round, so I'll swing it 10-8. So now if I was in Berto's corner, I'd be like, good, you evened up the fight, you scored a knockdown. I would tell him, keep working that right hand, but right hand, left hook, and go to the left. You have to go to the left. You can't let the southpaw go to his right. I would be stressing this out. Listen, by him going there, it makes it easier. That's why you ran into, before the knockdown, you ran into a left hand, was because he's forcing you. So instead of going this way, making the southpaw turn this way, he's letting the southpaw turn him like this, coming straight right away for that left hand. See what I'm saying? So, for example, this southpaw, instead of going here where he can't shoot that left, Berto's coming this way, so he runs straight into it. That's what I'm telling you. Like, you got to be working your jab, but not to the right, to the left. Even if the jab's not landing, even if it's hitting the southpaw's right hand, who cares? Keep jabbing and then slide that right hand in. Another thing I would tell him is, like, if Berto just walks in without throwing if Ortiz walks in without throwing any punches, shoot a quick combo, step out of range. You see he's getting aggressive. You can see he's tight, ready to let go some hard shots. I would say quick combo, step out of range. Excuse me, guys, sorry about that. Quick combos, step out of range. Quick combos, step out of range. I would just say keep it simple like that. Let's not get overexcited, and let's not, you see he's like tight, let's wear him down a little bit, let's use his aggression against him, wear him out, and then we'll start getting him in the later part of the fight. Now, if I was Ortiz, in the Ortiz corner, I'd be like, listen, get back on your jab. I don't care if the jab doesn't land. If you don't see the first one land, double it up, and then I would say shoot a lot more left hands to the body, because you see Berto's trying to keep you here, and then lean back a little, or not lean back, but like step back or duck out of the way with that left hand. So I would say shoot it more to the body, and then come up with a hook, a power jab like how he did, or a hook, come right back like that. So jab, left hand to the body, hook, or left hand to the body, power jab, back him up. But I would say don't get reckless. Keep that chin tucked in, working behind your jab, double jabs, 3 jabs, whatever, but work behind the jab. Don't just depend on one jab and then coming in reckless. I'm like, we can't get caught with any shots like this. You see, we both got knocked down. You knocked him down, he knocked you down. You both had the power to knock each other down. Fight smart. Work behind the jab. Keep the aggression, but behind the jab. Let's hop into round number 3 and see how that goes. Round number 3. Ortiz is being the aggressor again, and I like how Ortiz keeps moving to his right. That is very good from Ortiz. Good, Berto. I like how he flurry and pushing Ortiz back. See, now Ortiz has a little bit more respect for Berto. He's not just coming in. Now he's trying to box, move around. See? And that's what I think Berto needs to do, is sometimes sit on your shots, but don't get into a firefight where you want to exchange. Sometimes just sit on a couple hard shots and then step out of range. But Berto should be taking advantage of trying to go to his left. He can't let Ortiz win this game. That's a battle of the feet. You see how he's getting that angle? See how he missed that uppercut? Why? Good left hook, though. It's because Ortiz is going to the right. It's making it hard for Berto to land that right hand. And see, he should take advantage when Ortiz gets reckless like that. Hands down, just come swinging. Short, quick shots inside. Berto has the faster hands. he should take more of a snap behind his punches. He should take advantage, and it looks like Ortiz stunned him, and I think he should work uppercuts and short shots in the body. Good. Ortiz should be uppercuts. Berto should be having his hands up. He should try to slide out, or if he's going to stay there, he should shoot uppercuts himself. Short uppercuts and hooks. If I was in Berto's corner, I would tell him, don't stay on the ropes. Don't get in a firefight. But if you do, short uppercuts and hooks inside, but not on the ropes. He has to get out. Quick shots and get out. He can't stay there. Berto doesn't want to be. He wants to use his legs. By him using his legs, it makes Ortiz a little bit harder to land shots. But see, on the ropes, Ortiz can get inside and just land punches. And to be honest with you, I saw the replay. The reason Ortiz got knocked down, guess what? There was distance. Ortiz came with a left hand, and he got a little wide in between his shots, and Berto timed it with a right hand. That's why Berto wants to be in the middle of the ring, have some distance and space. He doesn't want to sit here and trade shots blow for blow with Ortiz. He's waving him on, telling him to come on. But see, this is what he does not want. And Ortiz should... I like how Ortiz is looking for uppercuts, but I think Ortiz should tag that body a little bit more. And same thing with Berto. I think he should be looking for uppercuts. And they're both talking to each other. I think Berto should be touching that body. Uppercuts and body shots as well for Berto. But definitely uppercuts, because you see how Ortiz is leaning forward a lot? That's why he wants to land those uppercuts. You can see Ortiz is feeling good. Got a good bounce on his toes. They're going to finish this round out. Very good round for Ortiz. Whoops, dropped my pen. That was 10-9 Ortiz. Good round because he's being aggressive. He's asserting himself. He's backed Berto into ropes and is banging him with hard shots. And you can see he's hurting him, wobbling. And you can see that it's his pace of fight and he's winning in these exchanges. That's why I give Ortiz the round 10-9. Berto can't sit back and lay on the ropes and try to sit there and counter and trade shots. I watched the replay when Berto knocked down Ortiz. It's because Ortiz came with a jab, shot for a left hand reach, and then as he was trying to throw another jab, guess what? He dropped and got a little wide, and Berto timed him with a straight right hand. See, and why? Because they weren't in the middle of the ring, but they were like close to the ropes, but there was still some distance where Berto could have, had room to move and shoot. And that's what I think Berto needs to do, is stay in the middle ring where there's distance. Because you see, when they're in the middle ring trying to exchange, like you see Ortiz kind of waits a little bit, tries to box, trying to like reach. He reaches a lot more when they're in the middle of the ring. And this is where I think Berto, with the sharper hands in the sense of faster and more snap behind his punches, should take advantage of hit and move. But by him sitting on the ropes, guess what? Ortiz doesn't have to reach. He can get in close like you've seen him, and then they can just start exchanging back and forth like that. That plays into Ortiz's favor. But if they're in the middle of the ring, Berto should take advantage and hit, move, because like I said, you see Ortiz sometimes gets a little excited and drops his hands and then pokes that chin up in the air and then starts trading. So this is why I keep saying Berto, 1, needs to be moving to his left, but 2, needs to stay off the ropes, because by doing these 2 big things, they may seem small, but these are big things that are playing a huge factor in this match so far. So, and those things I explained, that's what I would tell Berto. Don't lay on the ropes. Don't lay on the ropes with this guy. Stay in the middle of the ring, hit, and move. And like I said, it doesn't have to be him sliding. Just hit, take a step back, hit, take a step to the right, hit, take a step to the left. Preferably hit, take a step to the left. But if the ropes, let's say, are right here, hit, then you step to your right, get back in the middle ring, and then you start trying to take, that left side, batter the feet, make the southpaw turn this way where he runs into that straight right hand. Also, I would tell him, listen, if you get on the ropes, tie him up or shoot a short combination, preferably right uppercut. I say right uppercut because that's Berto's best punch, is that right uppercut, left hook, and get out. Right uppercut, left hook, or right uppercut, left hook, right hand, get out. Don't sit there and try to wave him on and get in a firefight. You don't want that. That's going to play in Ortiz's favor. And actually, Ortiz in this fight outweighs Berto 5 pounds because they rehydrated. And Berto weighed 156, Ortiz weighed 161 pounds. So the weight advantage is with Ortiz That's why I would tell him, don't lay on the ropes. Don't let him, not just the punches, but his body weight to lean on you and tire you out. Now, if I was on Ortiz, I'd be like, good, very good. You're wearing him, or yeah, wearing him down, but you're imposing your will. Now, the only thing is, jab. Work that jab. I know I keep saying it, but jab, because, if I was in Ortiz, I'd be like, listen, Berto can crack. He can punch. He knocked you down. I don't want to get reckless. Hands up, working that jab, backing him up. But not only that, when he's on the ropes, work that jab, hard jab, like just pop, whether it lands or not, it's okay, because you're going to see what Berto does, and then rip the body and lift him up with uppercuts. Because if you notice Berto, his hands are here. That's why I want him to jab, to either push him back or just let him take the shot. And guess what? Start working that body, and then up the middle. I would say don't headhunt. You could throw a couple shots up top, but rip the body and finish with the uppercuts, because you dropped him because those uppercuts hurt him. Keep working those uppercuts, but the body, bang the body, because you also want to drop those hands down. So work that body, uppercuts as well. If his hands stay up here, uppercuts. But then the moment you start dropping, then we can tag that head all we want. But let's hop into round number 4 and see how it goes. Round number 4, you can see Ortiz is coming out aggressive. He's boxing. Well, he's boxing now, but he came out a little fast. Berto's just hands down, moving his head. I think he's trying to figure out and time Ortiz. Good. I like how Berto's trying to work that jab, or was trying to work that jab a little bit more. Good body shot from Ortiz, and that's what I think Ortiz should start trying to slide. Good body shot from Berto. Good changeup from Berto too. He went jab to body, came up with a straight right hand to the head. But you see how he's ducking? That's why I kept saying earlier, Ortiz should slide more left hands to the body like that. Catch him. And this is not where Berto wants to be. And I love how Ortiz, I've started noticing he likes to throw that right hook and then come up with a right uppercut. It's working beautifully with him, or for him. And I think he should keep doing that, using that uppercut, and then finish with a straight left hand or even another left uppercut. But he shouldn't be trying to headhunt. Good shots up top. See how Berto tried to come with the overhand, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, Ortiz got to be careful, because Berto's trying to catch him in between with his chin up. That's why he should hit to the head and then body. So, good shots. Berto can't be sitting there waiting for Ortiz. Like, he needs to slide out, like, to right, get back in that middle of the ring. See, the moment Berto stays there, it plays in Ortiz's favor. Even though he keeps waving him on, it's still playing in his favor, because, like I said, look, they're in close. Ortiz is not going to reach because they're in close. Good hook from Berto. This is why I kept saying Ortiz needs to be careful. Keep that chin down, hands up, and don't just headhunt, because you saw Berto's catching him in between shots, 1 or 2 shots, or 2 shots I should say so far. One with the right hand, he caught him, and now that in the exchange he caught him with the hook. So you can see Berto's trying to time in between, but I don't like that he's trying to time him, because I like that he's timing him, but I don't think he should wait, because while Ortiz is landing 4, 5, 6 punches, Berto's landing 1. And he's not, with all due respect to Berto, he's not George Foreman or Mike Tyson that has that 1-punch knockout power. Even though he has power, he needs to wear you down, hit you. So he should be trying to move his head and try to counter like that, or stay here in the middle of the ring and work his jab or work his combinations. Good uppercut from Ortiz. Good body work. I like that body work. And then coming up top from Ortiz. I like how Ortiz is working his combinations. Berto should not stay there. He should just, even if it's small steps, don't lay on the ropes. That was a good round for Ortiz, 10-9. And you see what I'm saying? Like, I see what Berto's trying to do. He's trying to time, catch Ortiz when he gets excited, and catch him in between. He caught him with a right hand, and then in another exchange, he was getting hit, rolling with some of them, and caught him with a left hook. He's trying to time him. But it's not worth... see, I want Berto, if I was in his corner, I want him to counter in between shots. But it's not worth it. If Ortiz is landing 6 punches and you're landing 1, it's not worth it. I would tell him, like, block, counter a little bit more. throw a little bit more of your hands or use your head movement while he's swinging. He's going to get tired. He's loading on a lot of his shots. He's going to get tired. Rather than you staying and absorbing that, you by you moving your head a little bit, leaning back or anything, and then countering. Wear Ortiz down a little bit like that. Don't sit there, take punches where you're getting tired in the process of trying to tire him out. That's what I would tell Berto. Is like, don't let him throw 6 and you counter 1. I would say, moment he throws 1, 2 shots, counter him. 1 shot. Counter 1, 2, 3, 2, like something. Counter him with a combo. Don't just sit back and let him do all the work. And also, don't sit there. There was space, and he literally just sat there. Don't sit there, because then it gives Ortiz confidence to, I can come right back in. But even if it's just small movements, like constantly using his feet to keep Ortiz off balance, and then it would be great because if he's using his feet and Ortiz reaches in, guess what? He could pop him in, tie him up and spin out, or tie him up, or just hit him and then step out of range again and hit him again. So that's what I'd be telling Berto. Don't do that. Ortiz, I would just tell him, keep doing what you're doing. But I would tell him, listen, you got caught in those exchanges because 1 shot, because you're getting a little reckless, dropping the hands, you're getting a little excited, standing up. Keep that chin stay tucked in. Keep everything tight and right here. The moment you get done punching with whatever hand, those hands come right back up. You don't just stay here and the hands keep moving. Those things stay up. And I would tell them, keep working uppercuts and body shots. I would tell them, you get inside now, uppercuts and body shots. I'd be like, don't worry about hooks to head or straight shots. Uppercuts, body shots. He's staying here high. He's giving you the body, and he's right here. His guard is protecting him. Slide those uppercuts up. That's what I would tell Ortiz. Let's body shots, uppercut. Let's use that. Let's wear him down, and let's try to drop him again. So let's hop in round number 5 and see how that goes. Round number 5. You can see Ortiz is trying to come forward, and once again, he's moving nicely where he's supposed to be. Berto, I like that Berto tries to catch him with jabs, but if he would just move to his left, he would land that right hand a lot more. You can see Ortiz, he's trying to tap that left hand down and come over with his jab. I think Berto should even try to, jab at Ortiz's hand, that jab hand, get him to like reach for it and then counter him right away with that right hand. I think it looks like Ortiz might be taking a little breather. He's moving around a lot, trying to box. And I think Berto should take advantage of this. Good right hand. Take advantage of Ortiz trying to take a little break. Good tie up. Don't let him work on the inside. Keep the distance. Keep the pace like that and shoot. Like 1, 2 right there. Like pop a right hand. The moment he comes close, he brings his head to you. Good right hand. I like how, see, that's why I'm saying when there's distance, look, Ortiz reached with that left hand, and guess what? Berto slipped and countered with his own right hand. That's why I think Berto should keep that fight in the middle of the ring where there's some distance. See, look at Ortiz, how he turned it up. Berto's on the ropes. Guess what? He started turning up and letting his hands go. And Berto squared up. He has no leverage on his punches. He should be in his stance trying to, bend his knees so he can throw some power shots from his legs rather than being squared up and depending punches from his arms. But see, he's catching him. He caught him with a right hand inside. You can see he's trying to time him in between shots. Good work from Ortiz. You see Ortiz. You can see Ortiz is picking his spots. I think he was taking this round a little bit off because you don't see him putting as much pressure. He tries to box. I mean, in the ropes he did take him in, but now you see, look, he's trying to box, move around. I think he's trying to take this round off to, rest up, gather himself. And I think Berto should pick up on this and take full advantage to himself. Because, like I said, when there was distance, he was able to counter. But look, the moment he goes on ropes, Ortiz picks it up, picks the pace up, and then he lets his hands go like that and lands some nice hard shots. And then Ortiz is moving around. I think Berto should be trying to use that right hand, especially to the body, especially when you see Ortiz bouncing around. He stays a little tall when he bounces around. Catch him with that straight right hand to the body and come up with a left hook. So like I said, I think this was Ortiz was trying to take the round off, but even though he was taking it off, I still feel like he won that round 10-9. Because like I said, even though he was trying to box, move around more, there was some spots where he did come aggressive and he was outworking Berto on the ropes while Berto was on the ropes. I would tell Berto, like, take advantage, full advantage at any time, especially when Ortiz wants to box with you. Box and let your hands. I'm not saying he has to throw non-stop punches, but pick the pace up a little bit, catch him off guard, because you see Ortiz, watch when he bounces, he stands up a little high, like he's crouched this low, but when he's bouncing, he comes up a little bit. So I would tell him take advantage, shoot a 1-2, or shoot a couple of shots, like quick shots up top, keep him here, and then rip to the body, and then come back up top, because he'll go from here, and then he'll shoot down, and guess what? You come back up top. You made him come low, and then you catch him off guard by coming up again. So that's what I think Berto should do, is let his hands go a little bit more. Take advantage and don't lay on the ropes. I think that's his biggest killer right now, is he's laying on the ropes. And Ortiz, like you can see, even though he was boxing a little bit, trying to move around, the moment Berto got on the ropes, guess what? Ortiz came forward and started letting his hands go, got excited, and started, trying to work. And then the moment they got back in the middle, you see he kind of relaxed. He threw a couple shots here and there, but he was more kind of like relaxing. So that's what I would tell Berto. You have to pick the pace up a little bit, especially when he's boxing. Ortiz, I would tell him, like, that was very good. I liked how you're moving around. You picked your spots. I would tell him, keep doing that. If you're tired, move around, pick your spots, stay relaxed. And then the moment you see him on the ropes or you see him get lazy, jump on him and counter right away. Keep that pressure, keep those short shots inside. And then I would tell him, go to the body, because now Berto is squaring up. He's laying on the ropes like this, where both shoulders are pointing forward. So that means more of his body is exposed, and he can't generate the same power as if he was in his stance. So I would say take advantage of body shots a lot more. He gives you that body, uppercut, body and uppercut. But I would tell him, like, when you're on the outside catching your breath, move your head and work that jab a little bit. It doesn't even have to be hard. Just keep him busy while you're moving around catching your breath. Keep something in his face so he doesn't get excited to try to throw something off you or on you. So let's hop in round number 6 and see how that goes. Round number 6. Both guys in the middle of the ring. Ortiz bouncing. Ortiz moving towards his way. See, this is why Berto can't let him go his way. But be careful, Ortiz. Should be careful. Berto's looking for that right hand. Good hook. Good right hand from Berto. And see, this would be a lot easier if Berto went to his left. Good jab countering. But see how he was able to land a little bit more shots and keep a different pace when it's in the middle ring. This is where I think Berto should be. Take advantage. Hold. But I was saying he should hold and, slow it down when Ortiz wants to let his hands go and he can't counter. Good hook. Hold, break it up, and get back in the middle ring. See, this is much better for Berto. This is exactly what Berto wants, and this is what he should be doing. I like how Berto's attacking. I like the pace for Berto right now. This is exactly what Berto wants. This is right here. All I would say, change up, is maybe work that jab a little bit more and be ready with that right hand hook. Good overhand right. See, by how him moving just a little bit, move his head, he was able to come up and counter. This is what I'm talking about. And like that, hold inside. Let the referee break it up, and guess what? Don't stay right there. Get back in the middle of the ring. He shouldn't just stay there. He should step around, get back in the middle of the ring. So he doesn't back up on the ropes. He has more of the ring to move. See, now this is where he wants to be. He's in the middle. Good hook and good turn. That's what he should do. Turn him. Slow the pace down. Hold and slow the pace down. Good counter right hand from Berto. See? Good right hand. See? This is what I was telling. There's space. And see how hurt Ortiz is? There's space. He can slip and counter. And the pace slowed down. This is what Berto wants. That type of fight. And type of round. Berto's coming out strong. I don't think he should headhunt. I think he should attack the body. Because you see Ortiz is ducking. So he should shoot those body to the body, because he'll either hit him to the head or the body. He should shoot and work the jab. Don't let Ortiz just walk around. Attack that body. He's headhunting a little too much. I think he should hit the body. Moment he touched the body, then come up top to the head. He shouldn't get reckless. Good hook from Ortiz, but Ortiz shouldn't be standing up tall. He should be having his hands down, bending his knees and blocking, not standing tall where Berto can get full leverage on his shots. Good hook. Great hook that put Berto down. 2 knockdowns in 1 round. Very, very good. See, Ortiz came out strong. Very good round. Very, very, very good round. This is a round that's interesting because there's a double knockdown. So how would you score it? Some people would score it 10-10 because one person scored a knockdown, another person scored a knockdown. Some people may score it 10-9 because Berto was winning the majority of the round. So the knockdowns cancel each other. So it's like who won that round. And this is where, a lot of people who are not sure, they may score 10-10 or they're not sure. I'm going to score 10-9 Berto, and I'll explain in a second. Let me score. So it was, to me, it was a more controlling round in the sense of Berto. It was his type of pace. He was landing the cleaner shots. He was landing the shots, the eye-catching shots, and the effective shots. Then he hurt Ortiz and dropped him, and it looked like he was about to finish Ortiz, or maybe even possibly drop him again. But he got a little careless, and Ortiz sat down on 2 left hooks that dropped him. But I don't think it was enough. That was the only moment that Ortiz had in that round, was the knockdown. Take that out, there was really nothing else Ortiz. It was more Berto. So I used the knockdowns to cancel each other. And then I'm like, who won that round? And I have to give it to Berto. I felt Berto won that round. And it would have been a 10-8 Berto if he didn't get knocked down. It was a very good round for Berto. And I think, honestly, that Berto was headhunting too much when he knocked him down. I think he should have tagged the body and then come up top. Like, he was just, and he also neglected his defense. Another reason he got caught, because his right hand was down here. So, but great round. Both guys knocking each other down. You think Ortiz is about to be finished, and he comes back and just, loads up on those hooks and drops Berto and hurts Berto. But if I was in Berto's corner, I would tell him, like, listen, that round was almost perfect. 2 things went wrong. 1, you're headhunting too much. Attack the body. Good, I like that you're slipping, countering that right hand. Yes, do that. But when you hurt him, don't go swinging away because you see he's ducking. Let him throw a jab or throw even a quick 1-2 and then immediately rip to the body right away, because let him here stand tall and then slip into those shots. And then guess what? He's going to come back up. Then you let your hands go. Or even if he stays down, start lifting him up or uppercuts. Make him come back up, and then you can go attack the head. But if you attack right away the head, he's just going to try to lean back, slip, or just lean back and then try to duck and make the shots miss. Excuse me. So I'd be like, that was the first one. Second one, you came reckless with your hands down, and guess what? He caught you. Keep your hands up. Don't neglect. He dropped you. You dropped him. Guess what? You dropped each other. This is 3 knockdowns. You both have 3 apiece. Or no, my bad. 2 apiece. Sorry about that. 2 apiece. You knocked each other down. Don't get careless. He has power to drop you. Keep those hands up. And I was telling him, listen, keep it a boxing match at your pace. Slow it down where you can outbox him. Besides you getting knocked down, that 6th round was almost perfect for you. He gets wild, tie him up. Get back on his side, let him run into shots. Stay back. He gets a little overexertive, reckless with his shots. Boom, counter him and move. Counter him, turn him. Just keep it simple like that. That's the round you wanted. That was almost picture perfect. Keep a round like that. Don't get crazy. If I was Ortiz, I would tell him, like, listen, you're reaching a lot with that left hand, and guess what? He's starting to slip and counter with the right hand. He caught you, and that's what he dropped you with. work that jab going your way to the right to take away that right hand, because then if by Ortiz constantly going to the right, guess what? Berto has to shoot it here. He's gonna miss, and if he tries to, he has to cross his body and try to land. Even if he does land that shot, he's not gonna get the full impact because his body's crossing each other. So I would tell him, work that jab and then shoot the left hand. Don't get reckless and land one jab. You see you can't land, and then you try reaching in for that left hand. You're gonna get caught. Jab your way, and if you get hurt, don't stand tall with your hands. Keep your hands up here and crouch down where you can block and hold. Don't get macho. Don't be too macho for yourself. That's what I would tell him. Let's hop in round number 7 and see how that goes. Round number 7, you can see Ortiz coming out guns blazing. He's trying to be aggressive, and that's good. That's where Berto wants. Stay in the middle of the ring, keep that space and keep that pace slow. Whoa, both guys got tangled up. Dropped a little bit. But like I was saying, Berto needs to stay in the middle of this ring. Take advantage. Anytime Ortiz reaches, he should counter. And good, I like him using his head movement. And hold, that's what he needs to do. Hold, let Ortiz disrupt Ortiz's rhythm. Don't let him get aggressive where he can start letting his hands go. I think he should have, Berto should keep that right hand like that ready. He should have that right hand constantly ready to catch Ortiz off guard, because he's been landing it for the last like 2-3 rounds. And then, like I said, he got that knockdown in the last round because he has that right hand ready to shoot. So I think the same thing, he should have that right hand ready to shoot. Good body shot from Ortiz. Berto should be trying to take advantage just a little bit, like work the jab. Even throw a left hook right hand. Catch Ortiz, because you see Ortiz bouncing, moving around, so catch him. That means he's trying to catch his breath. See, like that, but I don't think he should be high-hunting a lot. You know, slide a right hand to the body. Good inside shot. But he shouldn't get an exchange, get reckless like that, because look, now they're going tit for tat. Hit, turn, hit, 2-3 shots, get around. Don't just sit there and start sitting in front of each other trying to trade, because that's what Ortiz wants. Berto, when it's a boxing match, you can see Berto lands his shots like that. You see what I'm saying? He lands clean shots like that. And that's what Berto needs to do. Keep it like that. That type of pace. It's okay. Hold. Kill that clock. Catch your breather. And catch. That was a good hook that he caught Ortiz. Let Ortiz see the space. Then Ortiz rushes in. Guess what? That's where you counter him again. I like how Ortiz is trying to fight out of it, and that's what he should do. But while Berto holds, he should try to let his hands go and fight out of it. Don't let Berto hold you. You can see Ortiz is trying to get a little bit aggressive, trying to make sure he wins the round. So, for me, I'm going to go with a 10-9 Berto. Just because I think Berto landed a little bit more of the eye-catching shots. Excuse me. Like, he landed a lot more right hands that, to me, were eye-catching, that were effective right hands. And they were like, they stood out a lot more compared to Ortiz. Ortiz did land punches, but it was more like he was on the inside trying to work, like trying to flurry, and then towards the end he did get a couple good hard shots. So he was trying to pick up a work rate, but I just feel like the harder, cleaner, more effective punches came from Berto. And you know, after a great round 6, they kind of slowed the pace down, and you know, trying to like recover both of them, and then trying to pick shots. You could see that in spots they were more worried, not worried, but like more cautious with each other, like, hey, you can knock me down, I can knock you down, you can hurt me, I can hurt you. So they were trying to kind of pick their spots and pick when they would attack. But I feel like it was more like a Berto. I can see people saying it Ortiz, but like I said, I felt the more cleaner, harder, and effective shots came from Berto. But you know, like I would tell Berto, if I was in the corner, keep the fight a slow pace, and keep that right hand ready every time that Berto or not Berto, Ortiz comes in like this. Shoot that right hand, or if he throws that reaching left hand, slip right hand, left hook, get out. Don't sit there and trade with him. That's one thing I would tell Berto. Don't get there and sit there and exchange where you guys are. Now, if you hit him and he starts exchange, use your defense and get out, or spin out and then he's swinging at there. Don't get into it because, like I said, he hurt you, he dropped you. You hurt him and dropped. You don't want to get into a match where it's like who lands the better, harder shot and who has the better chin. You don't want to get into an exchange like that, especially in a close fight like this. Another knockdown could be the deciding factor, or a round could be a deciding factor. You want to take full advantage. So I would say hit, move your head, hit, get out, turn him, and if he starts getting aggressive and you don't have the energy to punch, hold him tight. Don't just sit there hold where Ortiz can have room to let his hand. Hold him tight, let the referee break it up, get out, move around just a little bit, bounce, catch your breath, and then go back at it. Ortiz, I would tell him, like, listen, Ortiz, when you are moving around like that, work your jab, move jab up and down, confuse him, because you bounce and then you stop right there. He sees something, he sees a pattern. I would say, while you're bouncing, pop a jab up, down, and use that jab to get you back in position where you're here, back here on the high guard, and then you can work right off that. You don't want to make it predictable because, like I said, you notice he goes from bouncing and he'll stop and then try to come forward. You can see that, and I think Berto's trying to pick up on that pattern. So I would tell him, make it your transition, hide your transition behind some punches. Also, I would tell him, the moment Berto tries to hold, let your hands go, especially them uppercuts. Don't let him hold you. Outwork him. Keep working. Sit on some body shots. It doesn't have to be everything you got, but enough just to make him rethink about holding you, and then slide in some uppercuts, and then, or even try to push him off and then let your hands go. But let's hop in round number 8 and see how that goes. Round number 8. Both guys in the middle of the ring, trying to work their jabs. See Ortiz trying to bounce around, work his jab. You see Berto's trying to look, and you can see how he's tensing up. He's trying to time Ortiz, and I liked how he shot that right hand to the body. I think he should be doing more of that too. Trying to touch Ortiz's body, especially when Ortiz is moving around like that. Good left hand from Ortiz. You can see Ortiz is trying to move around now and then try to come in real quick. That's why I think Berto should keep that right hand, left hook ready. Keep that right hand, let him run into it, and then catch him with a check hook after that. Excuse me. But I think Ortiz or Berto should be trying to shoot more right hands to the body. Good exchange from Berto. Good body shot from Berto. And this is where Ortiz shouldn't work. He shouldn't let Berto try to hold him. Good. Like, Ortiz should be letting his hand go. Make it rough every time he gets inside, because when they fight on the inside and it's rough, it favors him. But when it's a nice, slow, clean boxing match, it favors Berto. Ortiz needs to watch the back of the head. But I think Ortiz shouldn't be trying to run in with that left hand. He should be working that jab. I think Berto should be trying to jab or even work his feints a little bit more. Let Ortiz rush in and then catch him with that straight right hand. Make Ortiz rush in when he's not expecting it and then catch him with that right hand. Good uppercut inside. Good left hands inside. You can see Ortiz trying to pick up the pace, and Berto's now just depending on holding. I think you can see Ortiz trying to use his footwork, catch his breath by moving like that, and then trying to jump in and catch Berto off guard like that. Even though it missed, you can see he's trying to hit and then springboard in and catch Berto off guard. And Berto should be trying to work that body. Like, he saw that right hand didn't land, he should immediately try to shoot for that body. You saw he was trying for that left hook. Good. I like how Ortiz topped back and then caught him with that left hand. That was a good move from Ortiz. Berto shouldn't be just trying to jump in. He should be working behind that jab or even a hook. Use that hook to hide it, to hide that right hand. But I gave that round 10-9 Ortiz. I thought Ortiz was picking up the pace, the pressure, and letting his hands go more and more. And you can see Berto was just really, really tired. He was more concerned with trying to hold for the majority of the round. And then he tried in spots, trying to shoot a quick, hard shot, 2 or 3 shots. And Ortiz either caught him or just slipped out of the way or slid out of the way. He made it hard for Berto to land. So, it's a really, really good fight. It's really close. If I was in Ortiz corner, I'd be like, listen, you know, we got 4 more rounds. We need to tighten up, make sure we winning each and every single round. The fight's close, but smart, like moving around. If you don't feel like you put pressure and you don't want, I don't want him to stay there. I would tell him, don't stay there in front of him because he's trying to time you. Move around. He doesn't even have to slide a lot. Just step, you know, step around, working that jab. And the moment you see, like Berto, he tried to jump in, I believe, with a 1-2-1. Ortiz just hop back and caught him with left hand. I would say the same exact thing. Like, listen, if you rush in, just hop back, counter with a left hand, and then step out or counter with left hand right hook and get out of there. Don't get reckless. And then when you feeling like you got enough energy and you're feeling good, then we put the pressure behind the jab and work that body and the uppercuts. But I would tell them, no more reaching for that left hand. If you don't land behind the jab or a double jab, don't shoot that left hand. We don't want to take any chances. So I just say, keep working the jab. Don't feel comfortable, bounce around, move around. And then guess what? When you're feeling good, behind the jab, putting the pressure on. If I was Berto, I'd be like, listen, don't try to jump in. It's a close fight. It can go either way. Let's work behind the jab and then shoot quick right hands to the body. Especially when Ortiz starts sliding around, you can see he's trying to slide back or duck out of the way for that. When you shoot that right hand, I'll be like, start shooting it straight to the body. And then after the body, come back up with a quick left hook. And just keep doing that. And then I would also tell him, like, don't stay there. Just, even if you're pawing with your jab, just to see you paw and then snap a quick jab. See how Ortiz reacts. Force him. And the reason I say do that, because force Ortiz to want and then jump in. And guess what? You can go back with a hook, that check hook. Or let him run into a right hand and then finish with a check hook. That's why I would tell him, like, you know, keep him, you know, here, just paw with the jab, paw and then pop a hard one just to see how he reacts. But let's hop in round number 9, see how that goes. Round number 9, you can see Ortiz was trying to come out strong, and I like how Berto caught him with a hook. And that's what I was saying, Berto needs to do, just catch him with that hook, that's all. And I like how he tried to jab to the body. I like how Ortiz is sliding that uppercut to the body, or I believe it was uppercut. It could have been a left hook to the body, but I like that. And that was a left hook. I think he should now come up with a right hook after that, or even a right uppercut. You can see that he's focusing that left hand to the body, which I think is a really smart move from Ortiz. Berto, he should try to step back and shoot a right hand, or catch it, block those hooks, and come up with a right uppercut. Berto's trying to slow the pace down, but I think he should try to step around. Like, don't walk forward. I think he should be trying to step around and to get back in the middle ring. But that was good. He forced Ortiz back by stepping forward, forcing Ortiz to move. Guess what? He's got center of the ring. Now Berto should be trying to work that jab, not to the head, to the body or chest. Pop that jab to the chest and shoot a right hand to the body. And then while he does that a couple of times, then he can sneak in that right hand to the head. And you can see Ortiz right now is trying to hit, move, hit, and move. Good 1-2 from Berto. And this is what I'm saying. Berto's a good hook. And this is why I think Berto, when he sees him rushing, counter, take advantage. Good body shot. Good job from the referee jumping in. I think Berto needs to get away from there. You see how he's getting close to ropes? He needs to stay away from those ropes. Keep it in that center of the ring and don't stay there. He should be trying to step back and catch Ortiz coming in with shots. See Ortiz just moving, and I think this is Ortiz is just trying to right now move a lot, move and jump in and shoot quick shots. Watch the back of the head. So Ortiz has been, hitting a few shots behind the head. So I think the referee's giving him a stern warning. And I think that's fair to warn him. It's been such a great fight. You don't want to take points. So give him a stern warning like, hey, that happens again, I'm taking away a point. So, Berto, but once again, Berto should be going back to that jab. And like I said, it's not even a jab to land. It's just to see how he reacts or keep Ortiz distracted with something while he looks for that right hand. So you can see Ortiz trying to jump in, get an exchange. So I gave that one 10-9 Ortiz. Ortiz is doing good, moving around a lot and then jumping in, catching. I believe it's throwing Berto off guard now. I think he was more expecting like Ortiz to just keep coming forward, or stay in one spot where he can start landing shots. Now with Ortiz moving and then jumping in, it's hard for him to time and catch Ortiz. He catches him every once in a while, but not too much. He either winds up holding or Ortiz is getting on the inside, letting his hands go. And I think that's a good change up for Ortiz. That's why I keep saying, if I was in Berto's corner, I'd be like, listen, even if you're pawing with the jab, keep something in his face so when he rushes in, guess what? You can pop a jab, or he rushes into that hand and okay, he got real close to my hand or he touched my hand, I can shoot that right hand and then come back with a hook. Or even if I see him coming close, I hit him with that hook. See what I'm saying? Rather than just keeping his hand here, depending on, because this hand by having it out here, by pawing with it, you're seeing the distance, how much ground that the other person has to cover. By keeping it down here, you have to gauge with your eyes rather than here you can gauge with your arm. So that's the reason I keep saying that, he should be just here. Even if it's not landing, don't shoot to the head, chest, body, mostly to the chest. I would say have that right hand loaded, and the moment Ortiz comes in, boom, let him run into that right hand, get out, or finish it with that hook. That's what I would be telling Berto more. And I would tell him, don't headhunt so much. Look for that body, touch that body from him, and then move. And the reason I say move is because you're starting to see, like, when Ortiz jumps in, Berto just stays there and he gets hit, or he's trying to counter. I would say take a step back, then counter with that check hook, or hop back, counter with that right hand. Don't stay there where he's landing body shots because he's just trying to move and rush in. I'll be like, counter, step back, and counter. And it doesn't have to be where he has to constantly slide. Take one step back, hook. One step back, shoot that right hand. That's all. Keep the fight simple. If I was Ortiz, I would be like, or if I was in Ortiz's corner, I'd be like, good, you're doing good. Keep moving like how you're doing and coming in. The only thing I would say is, like, mix it up sometimes. You're moving, feint your way in, make Ortiz or Berto think you're coming in, and you're just relaxing, just to keep him off guard, because we don't want to be predictable. I would say even, act like you're about to jab, or even once in a while throw a jab to the body. See how he reacts, and then maybe he might jump in, and guess what? From that jab to the body, come up with a left hand right hook. I would say just constantly change it up like that. Just keep doing what you're doing, moving. Just give me those simple little changes and keep it smart. Hands stay up, chin stays tucked in. Don't fall asleep. Don't take it easy on this guy. And I would just say, don't think he can't hurt you. Even though it's getting later, we never want to take any chances. But let's hop in around number 10 and see how that goes. Both guys are in the middle of the ring. See, like how Berto's pawing? Like, I think that's what he should be doing. Just keeping it like that. It doesn't burn energy, and it helps understand the distance and seeing if you're in races, shoot punches like that. That's why I kept saying that Berto should be doing that. Oh, good left hand from Berto. See, and that's why, once again, just keep pushing that jab. Because remember, by Ortiz wanting to box, this favors Berto big time. When Ortiz brawls and gets on the inside, it favors him. That's why Berto should keep using that left hand, paw with it. It's okay. Referee's taking a point, I believe. Yep, 1 point for hitting behind the head, and I can't get mad at the ref because he did warn Ortiz about that. No punches behind the head. So referee's going to give him some time to rest up. And Berto was having some success too, actually. But once again, Berto should keep it a boxing match. You see when they box, and how by what I was saying, him doing this, it got to see the distance, and guess what? He was able to spring off that and catch Ortiz off guard. That's what you should keep doing. Don't sit here. Don't sit there and get in this inside wrestling match with Ortiz. Step out. See how he did a step and lean and missed? But he should have stepped out or came back with a counter. Don't sit there. Like, I want him, if he's not going to punch, I want him to hold. But he should, like, he's just depending on, he's trying to hold and hopes Ortiz holds him back. You know, he's got to really pull Ortiz towards him. Don't just wait for Ortiz to try to hold. Good hook inside. Like there, see, like, Berto should tie it. He had it for a moment. He was holding the arms. Like, he should hold the arms of Ortiz. He should go back to that. He should go back to pulling, because you see how he saw Ortiz throw that left hand and he slipped. That's what he should do, because he can see that slip and counter with the right hand to drop Ortiz again, because that's how he dropped him. They both guys getting tangled up. No knockdown. You can see Ortiz is trying to even up the round, because if he lost that point, and if Berto wins it, it's 10-8. So he's trying to make it a 9-9 round. Good shots inside. And this is what I think Berto should be trying to stay back. You know, don't get in these exchanges with Ortiz, because this is what Ortiz wants. He wants to be the aggressor. He wants to get into a firefight, because guess what? Now they're swinging wildly. They're not. Berto's not using his sharp, quick hands or his technique to catch Ortiz. He's wanting to get an exchange, swing, chin in the air. That's why I'm saying Berto needs to keep it a boxing match. And what I was talking about, real quick. Or no, hold on. What I was talking about was Berto's just holding, like, hey, here. Like, because most times, watch fighters, sometimes they'll hold and the other fighter will just hold along with them. But you see Ortiz, he's trying to fight out of it. When someone's doing that, you don't just go nonchalant. You got to pull them and hold them here. And that's what Berto's neglecting. He's just like, hey, here. Or he does hold them. And guess what? He gives some room where Ortiz can stay in here and punch like this. And guess what? It gets into it doesn't favor Berto. That's what I'm saying. He needs to hold him, pull him close. Or if he can't get close, close that distance himself and hold Ortiz. But I was going to say I scored that round 9-9. Because I felt Ortiz, after losing that point, Ortiz picked up the pressure. He started letting his hands go. And when Berto was holding, he was letting his hands go and not letting Berto really punch. And then they were getting an exchange, and he was landing shots and Berto was missing. He did land a couple good shots, but I feel like it was more of Ortiz round in his favor, where he was the aggressor. He was landing the harder shots. He was fighting his pace, and he made Berto fight in Ortiz's fight, where it's just exchange tit for tat rather than boxing, where it favors Berto. So I would tell Ortiz, I'd be like, listen, don't hit him in the back of the head. That's what I would like. You get in the inside, uppercuts, body shots. Don't even take the chance of hitting him to the head, because we don't want to risk losing a point or getting disqualified. I'd be like, body, uppercuts when you're inside. So I would say, and don't get reckless. I was going to say, there was a couple of times where you had your chin up and you guys were swinging and Berto missed you just by that little bit. I'd be like, don't risk getting hurt and losing this fight. I'm like, it's a close fight. We don't want to take no chances. Chin down, hand up. Even when you guys get into those exchange, use your head movement and then come back up with some punches. Berto, I would tell him, like, listen, Berto, he lost the point, but we have to take advantage of that. We could have won that round 10-8. That would have been a huge round for us, but I feel like it was even. Take advantage. When you don't get nonchalant, don't hold him like, oh, he'll stop. No, hold him tight. And if you can't feel like you hold him, push him off and then get back on your punches, or even hold it and hook and get out. You see what I'm saying? Don't just sit there and let him just get free shots off. I'm saying, and then I would tell him, go back to how you were pulling with the jab, and then you were catching him off guard, or he ran in and you caught him coming in. Keep like that. Slow this pace down. Don't sit there and just wait for him and then you guys start getting an exchange. I'm like, don't wait for that. That favors him. Stay boxing. Keep it a boxing match where we can outbox him. So I'll be like, we got 2 rounds. We need something big. I just noticed we're in love. I would tell him we need something big. A knockdown. I would say preferably a knockdown would help, or just win these rounds really big. But let's hop in round number 11 and see how that goes. Round number 11, you can see Ortiz is coming out strong. He's trying to win this round big. And Berto should take advantage. Keep that space and let Ortiz run into a right hand. Like, see, he keep pulling that jab, keep that distance, and the moment he rushes in like that, counter with the right hand. That was a good slip. I think he should have slipped and came back with the right hand. I would tell Berto should just let Ortiz come to him right now. Because you see he's being aggressive. Use your feet, step back, and shoot a right hand. Or even shoot a hook and turn. Hook and turn, right hand, left hook, turn. And I keep saying right hand because that right hand has been great for Berto this fight. He's been catching Ortiz a good amount and dropped him with that right hand. That's why I keep saying shoot that right hand, because he has a good, nice, crisp right hand. Ortiz needs to do what he's doing. Keep coming in. The only thing I would say is work that jab, chin stays down, and uppercuts. No hooks up top, uppercuts and body shots. Don't want to take that chance where good hook, where you get reckless like that, where Berto landed a nice hook. But Ortiz needs to keep those hands up, chin down, work the body, uppercuts. Ortiz is definitely fighting like he's behind in this fight, and he's coming on strong, making sure he wins. Good uppercuts like that. I would not say hooks to the head, because you don't want to get hit Berto in that back of the head, and guess what? The referee takes another point. You should just keep working uppercuts like that. Body shots. Body shots. Berto should not stay on those ropes. He needs to get away from those ropes. You see, like, right here, Ortiz is moving around. Like, Berto keeps slipping. I think it's good. He should slip, come back up with a right hand. And I keep saying that because that's one of the ways he dropped Ortiz, is he slipped the left hand and came up with a right hand. He should take advantage of that again. But I like how Ortiz is, he came out aggressive. Now you can see he's a little bit tired. He's moving around. He's using his feet. And then he ties up. I think Berto should, now he's back to being aggressive. I was going to say, Berto should take advantage. The moment he sees Ortiz moving around, he should be letting his hands go, especially that right hand to the body and to the head. Both guys are holding. You can see Ortiz trying to come in with that 1-2. Good left hand. Berto was trying to turn. I like how Berto was trying to turn. But he shouldn't reach for that right hand. He should just pull with the jab and then shoot it. So, good round. I gave that one 10-9 Ortiz. Because you see Ortiz came out strong. Like, you could see, like, it almost seemed like they were like, hey, Ortiz, you're losing the fight. You got to do something big. And he came out aggressive, trying to let his hands go, uppercuts, body shots, like he was hooks to the head. Like he was really, really trying to implement, go for a knockout, or even just, you know, seal the deal. Like, I'm winning this fight, and, you know, impose his will and size on Berto. So I would tell him, Ortiz, but listen, last round. We want you to win this round big, but be smart and be careful. Hands up, chin down. Work that jab, and off that jab, shoot that left hand. Don't shoot the left hand if you don't land that jab. We don't want to get caught reaching it. And I would say stay in close, work your body like how you were doing. You're being aggressive, but don't keep the chin up and the hands here when you're throwing punches. Stay here punching, working the hands, stay here. Another thing I would tell them is, look, when you are tired, don't sit there and try to wrestle, or, you know, when you get hold and wrestle, or just sit there and take shots. Move, use your feet, keep those hands up, use your feet, move. He gets in close, hold, spin him out, and then move. And then once you feel good, then we come back offensive and go forward. If I was in Berto's corner, I'd be like, listen, Berto, we need a knockout. We need to knock this guy out. I want you to go out there, shoot a lot of right hands, but don't just go out there shooting it. Work behind the jab, even if you're quick pulling with the jabs, and then shoot that right hand to the body, and immediately throw a jab and shoot a right hand to the head. Let your hands go, and when you see them exchanging, short left hook, follow it with a right hand. And I say short hook is because Ortiz is coming in. Like, there was a few times where he came in here and Berto caught him with a little good left hook going backwards, and it kind of looked like it stunned him a little bit, but he still kept coming forward. I'm talking about Ortiz. It looked like a stun, but Ortiz kept coming. Let's go. I just say left hook, right hand. Keep landing shots like that, and then back on that jab. Right hand to the head, right hand to the body, right hand to the body. Come up with a hook. Like that's how we got to do it. We got to go after him and stop him. But let's hop in the 12th and final round and see how that goes. 12th and final round. Both guys touch up and hug each other. Ortiz coming out aggressive. Berto was moving. Good left hand to the body. Good check hook from Berto. And that's what I was saying. He needed a land. Berto should keep pawing with that and then shoot that right hand. He slipped. He shot a short right hand inside. Anytime he slips to his left, he needs to shoot that right hand right afterwards. Good left hand from Ortiz. See, I think Ortiz is pawing, trying to see the distance, trying to see what Berto's looking for. He's trying to look for that left hand. I think Berto should just try to pick up that pace a little bit more, trying to shoot that right hand. Good right hand, see? Good shots inside. But I think he should shorten them up, not go so wide with his shots. I'm talking about Berto. Ortiz is trying to be the aggressor, get inside. And I actually think that's a good move from Ortiz because it smothers Berto so he can't get full leverage on his shots. Excuse me, sorry about that. Like right in there, this is where Berto doesn't get full leverage, and guess what? He doesn't get the full power behind his shots. And you can see that's what Ortiz is trying to do. He's trying to, one, be aggressive, win this round, but he's taking away Berto's power, and that's why Berto needs to. He sees him coming in, take a small step back and shoot a combination. His right hand, left hook, right hand, either one. I don't think he should be here where he can't get full power and full extension on his shots. You see, that was a good try. He did try it there, but I think he needs to be a little bit quicker with that pull back or that hop back and shoot that right hand. Like, he shouldn't just be waiting for Ortiz. Berto shouldn't be waiting for Ortiz. He should be pawing. And then the moment he sees Ortiz run in, then catch him. Good. I liked how Ortiz caught Berto with the uppercut. He saw he kept leaning and then caught him with a left uppercut. Good work inside. Good work from both guys inside. They're both inside trying to fight. Yeah, both guys can definitely see that they're trying to, let it all go. Trying to win this big. Good. Ortiz catching him up. Good. You can see Berto's trying to look for that right hand. They're both trying to go at each other. That was a really, really good fight. That round was a lot of like holding, but both guys were trying to come at each other, trying to swing away and work. I'm just trying to like think in my head who really I felt won that round, and I think I might have given it to Ortiz 10-9 because I think with his just aggression, letting his hands go, like it wasn't much. It wasn't like he literally won dominate the round or anything. I'll be honest, like I can see people making a case for Berto and even making a case 10-10, like there was no clear winner. But I think just a little bit Ortiz, just him trying to be aggressive a little bit more and just landing a little bit more shots, I feel like just pulled him out of it enough. But very good fight, excellent fight with multiple knockdowns. But I'm gonna tally up my scorecards. Let me hear what the judges have to say, guys. Let me know who you guys, what was your scorecard, and then I'll tell you mine and my thoughts on this. So
Sammartino scored this contest 115 to 110. Glenn Feldman scored this contest 114 to 112. And Judge Julie Letterman scored this contest 114 to 111. For your winner by unanimous decision, and new WBC welterweight champion of the world.
I agreed with that one judge. I had it 115, 110. But I don't dispute with the other judges who had it 114, 111, I believe 114, 112. Because it depends on how you scored the double knockdowns. How'd you score that round that Ortiz lost the point? And, you know, I think there was one more round you could have made a swing round. So I don't disagree with any of the judges' scorecards, how they had it. But like I said, I had it 115, 110. And it was a great fight. And the reason, if you guys don't know, the reason that makes it a greater fight, this fight, is if you guys remember, if you follow boxing, Berto, excuse me, sorry about that, guys. At the time, Berto was being built up as the next big thing, and even built up to the point that he's going to fight Mayweather and challenge Mayweather at this time. And he was one of the people that could possibly give Mayweather one of the hardest fights, if not maybe beat him, if you guys remember. But, you know, Berto did have some shortcomings before this. Like, he didn't look good in certain fights and people were questioning it, but they still were building Berto up. And if you guys remember Ortiz, he was having a good run till he fought Marcus Madonna, and he got stopped and quit. And to be honest with you, it was after that fight many people wrote Ortiz off and didn't say, you know, he had it hard. They were questioning his heart and desire, if he should continue or if he'll ever become champion. And he did have a good, I think he had a 4-fight winning streak, and then he fought Lamont Peterson, and it looked like he was going to stop Lamont Peterson because he dropped him in the first and second round. But then all of a sudden, like, he stepped off the gas pedal, and it seemed like Lamont was making a comeback and got a draw. Literally, that fight is right before this. The fight before this fight, Ortiz got the draw with Lamont. So it was in question, like, really, can Ortiz win a fight, another tough fight? If the fights get tough, he quit against Madonna. He got a draw with Lamont, who isn't a power puncher, and he took his foot off the gas. So people were questioning, like, really? So they kind of looked at this like more Ortiz was a stepping stone for Berto to get to a Mayweather fight, because Mayweather was in watching this fight. And guess what? This is the Ortiz probably highlight his biggest moment, where he won the championship and he got to be the fighter he wanted to be, to prove the fans wrong. He proved everyone wrong, critics, fans, and he got to show, like, I am championship worthy. And it wasn't just no easy, you know, he overpowered. Like, you saw he was getting hurt. He got dropped. He knocked his opponent down. They knocked each other. Berto, they were both knocking. They both had 2 knockdowns apiece. But it's still like that 6th round looked like Ortiz could have easily quit or, you know, not done anything. But you see that he stood his ground, got those knockdown, the knockdown after that. So for this one fight, Ortiz was able to shine and get him into that big money fight. And now that's where, after this fight, like, you know, he would go to fight Mayweather, and people gave him a little bit more credit and a little bit more of a chance to, you know, make it hard and possibly beat Mayweather. That's another story, but it changed people's perspective. And that's what is great about this fight, because this one fight, Ortiz was able to be and prove everyone wrong, the critics wrong, and to be that champion and be that fighter he really, really wanted to be. And no one can ever take it away from him. So this is, like, probably for me his best moment as a boxer. Berto would lose. He would try to, you know, move on, try to recapture gold or another championship and so on and so forth. But, you know, Berto did put up a good fight. Ortiz stopped his momentum and, you know, his train from going. But great fight, guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this fight. Round 6 was definitely a great round. I love that round 6. It was a great round. But I enjoyed watching this fight and breaking it down for you guys. I've saw this fight multiple times. I hope you guys enjoyed the fight, and I hope you enjoy my breakdown. As always, guys, check on somewhere around here is my other fight breakdown. Check my other playlist, and also follow me. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, because I'll put up what's the next fight you guys want to see me break down. But until next time, guys, this is Castigador. I'm checking out now, and I'll see you.